It's the final resting place for those who have served. With solemn traditions, honoring the men and women who have sacrificed for America's freedom. But these images may one day only belong to history, because eventually at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, there won't be room for new burials.
The idea that we are running out of space is our biggest strategic challenge.
On this hallowed ground, every headstone from the Revolutionary War to Iraq and Afghanistan has its own history.
The cemetery is alive every single day, and what a lot of our visitors are surprised at is that we are an active cemetery. We have an average of 30 burials every single day.
That's 7,000 burials a year, leaving roughly 100,000 open plots. For the executive director of Arlington, it's a major dilemma. To help solve the problem for now, a 38-acre expansion is planned, adding between 40 and 80,000 new spaces. That will give the cemetery another 10 to 15 years before it reaches capacity, but it's not enough.
We can have the do-nothing option, which means we will close. We can limit burials only to those who are Medal of Honor recipients, those who perish on active duty.
How much longer will that extend Arlington National?
That will literally extend it for a few more hundred years.
Under the current rules, burial is available for active duty members, retired veterans with more than 20 years of service, POWs who died after 1993, and veterans with awards for valor, like the Medal of Honor or the Purple Heart. Meanwhile, across the Potomac River, some lawmakers want to force the Pentagon to make a decision. Congressman Mike Kaufman served in both Iraq wars and would meet the current requirements, but he favors restricting access. You could be writing yourself out of a burial at Arlington.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think that as a military retiree, although a combat veteran, but without significant combat awards, absolutely I may not be eligible.
A solution Kaufman believes would free up the most space, but it could affect nearly 2.2 million veterans that could be buried there.
I think in the perception of most Americans, it's for those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
But for Vivienne Wursell, whose husband died in 2005 after a tour in Iraq, changing the rules of eligibility seems unfair.
He gave his life to his country, and for me to have him there at Arlington as a family member, I see that's worthy as where he should be.
Daniel Dellinger of the American Legion wants some retirees to consider the 135 other national cemeteries available for veterans.
Of course, everybody wants to be buried in Arlington, but we all know that that's impossible.
At Arlington, the immediate and daily challenge is to comfort the living as they commemorate the fallen.
People grieve in different ways, and so we're very respectful of those differences. When that family member will grab my hand, and they'll talk about how special the day was here and how much it means to them. But then they also could talk about their loved one and say they'd be very pleased at the way they were honored today.
Keeping their memories alive even when the future is in doubt. For Sunday Today, Hans Nichols, Arlington.